All right, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and everything else. But, I'm ready to get back to this work. But before I do anything, I'm actually going to switch out the mic on this camera. I've been using that this video micro thing on here from Rode, but I want to go with something a little bit different. This little video mic NTG from Rode, little shotgun mic. So let's go ahead and get this thing started so we can get the year started off right. Bolo! All right, looks pretty cool. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and hook this bad boy up and see if we can hear a difference. All right, so I just switched out the mic. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. Y'all let me know. All I'm gonna do is just put like some compression on everything. Just some compression just to make everything a little bit tighter. But y'all let me know if the mic sounds different or not. All right, before I start this video, big shots out to Zzounds for sending over this great piece of equipment right here. And they sent over a few other things before the Christmas holiday. Yes, I actually ordered it on that Wednesday and it got there 2 days later, as they usually say. And yeah, everything came quick and everything was great. So shout out to Zzounds on that. And also, if you guys want to go ahead and get some equipment and you don't have all the funds, they have tons of items on their site to where you can go ahead and do payment plans without any credit check, no social security, no nothing. Just give them a credit card or a debit card and you can go ahead and get started on your musical journey. Or if you're just collecting more stuff, which we all need more stuff, you can go ahead and get that through Zzounds right now with no credit check, no social security check, no nothing. Okay, they just want to make sure that you're a real person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Zzounds. Make sure you click that link in the description if you want to go ahead and get some new stuff. Click that link in the description and that way you'll be able to save a little bit more. Let's go ahead and talk about this. All right, so I know in a few older videos I was like, I'm not getting the MPC Key 61 because I don't need it. And I got the X, I got the Live, I got the software, I got all of the stuff that you would need to make beats for the MPC. And I had all the sounds, I had everything as well. However, I just kept hearing this voice in my head saying, get the MPC Key 61, get it. And man, I ain't gonna lie, I called up Zzounds and I was like, yo, I need to get it. I need to get the MPC Key 61. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I've used it, but it wasn't mine. So, it's a little bit different when you use something that's not yours. So I went ahead, I used it before. I didn't complete a whole beat on it. I just went through the sounds and everything like that. But actually having this in the studio, working with it, I'm actually quite impressed by it. I'm not even going to lie. Now, there's a few things that I don't like, but that's in just about every MPC that's made now. Of course, you can't read the internal hard drive on your computer and stuff like that. You're gonna have to add some extra memory to it. I have a thumb drive in there right now, and you can add your own internal hard drive inside of it as well. But the one thing that kind of threw me off was they don't have an SD card reader in here. With the Live, with the X, they all have SD card readers in there. But there's a work around it, but I just found that kind of odd. The other thing that I found kind of odd was the inputs. They only have 2 inputs on here, and I'm thinking for something that was like $1,800, I would have thought they would have had a few more inputs because, as you guys can see, I have multiple keyboards, and it'll be cool to have at least one more set of inputs like the MPC X. But at the end of the day, I can't lie to you. This thing is actually pretty dope. I love how it comes with all the sounds in here. It doesn't come with everything. It didn't come with the Air Flavor Pro, and it didn't come with the Mini D. But other than that, it came with all of the sounds. It has the typical loading times, just like on the Live or the X. Some sounds may take a little more time to load, but it's actually a pretty cool device. Now, the other drawback is to it that you can only use 8 instruments at a time on here. So far as like drums and stuff like that, one shot, you can use as many as you want, but actually using the built-in sounds in here, you can only use like 8 of the built-in plug-in sounds in here. So if it samples or whatever, you can use as many as you want, but you can only use 8 tracks of the built-in plug-in sounds on here. So let's get that understood. For me, I don't need that much. I maybe need about 4 or 5 plug-in sounds at the most. A lot of times I only use like 3, but yeah, you can only use 8, which is, you know, it's kind of a drawback to it, but I don't really know anybody who uses any more than that, you know, because most of the times we just need like a main melody and a few like little counter melodies, and we're pretty much good. And as long as the drums sound good, I'm good with it. Now you can sample in it. You can do everything that you can do in the Live, the X, the MPC 1, all that stuff. You can do everything in it, okay? Everything is the same. It has keys on it. It has a touch strip on here, which is actually kind of cool. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed by it. I cannot lie. I'm actually pretty impressed by it. With it being here with me, the more and more I use it, it's like, man, I should have got this a long time ago. Just being honest, I should have got it a long time ago. Some people were talking about the drum pads on here, saying they were a little smaller. Yeah, but they had to compact everything onto here, and pretty much the drum pads are the same size as the drum pads that are on the MPC 1. I don't feel any difference. I still make the same type of tracks. Everything is cool. Now the touch strip is actually pretty cool on this. Now I didn't like the touch strip on that MPC Studio 2. Y'all know what I felt about that, but I didn't like the touch strip on that. But on here, I actually like the touch strip because I think it's useful for maybe like a live playing thing, or if you want to go ahead and, you know, maybe modulate some stuff into, you know, the keyboard or whatever. If that's your thing, that's cool. I don't use it as much right now. I maybe use it more, but as of right now, I don't really use the touch strip that much. But other than that, I'm actually very impressed by the MPC Key 61. Like, I should have got this a while back. I ain't gonna lie. Should have got it a while back. But other than that, everything is the same. If you have a X, a Live 2, a 1, if you have those, you'll be able to just jump right on this without any problems, no limitations, no nothing, okay? Like, this is actually a very, very good machine. Now, the big question, will this replace my MPC X? Be as honest as possible. No. Nah, it won't replace my X. I'm still going to use my X because the X functionality with, like, you know, all the knobs and everything like that, that's my thing. Is this great to go on the road with? Yes, it is. This will be something that if I have to do like a session or whatever at the studio, I can bring this with me, okay, to the studio, and I have everything with me, and I feel confident that I can create some great beats and do everything that I would usually do on my X. Now, another question, will this replace my Live 2? No, it won't replace it. Because in some situations, if I'm maybe going to the studio and I'm just, you know, not wanting to bring this whole thing to the studio, I can just bring my Live, bring my MIDI keyboard and do the same things, bring the files. Because sometimes I just want to switch it up. Sometimes I like working on the X, sometimes I like working on the Live 2, and sometimes I like working on this. So at the end of the day, I'm not getting rid of none of my stuff, none of my Akai stuff at all. You know what I'm saying? Because just, you know, a different day may bring something, some type of a different mode or a different mood to me, to where I just might want to just switch it up. So now the X doesn't go anywhere. It stays here. Now with this will be traveling with me, and the Live 2, of course, will be traveling with me, especially if I'm going like out of town or something like that. If I'm going like to California or something to do a session out there, I'm definitely taking the Live 2 with a MIDI keyboard, okay? But with this, if I'm pretty local or I can drive somewhere and it's a pretty big session, instead of me bringing the Live 2 with like a keyboard, I can just bring this, turn it on, load everything up, and I'll be ready to go. This thing right here is actually kind of dope. Very surprised on how good it is. Very surprised on how it's built. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So shout out to everybody over at Zzounds for sending this over. And man, I'm finna go ahead and make some beats with it, and hopefully they don't suck. And if you want something like this, go ahead and click that link in the description. It'll take you over to Zzounds.com, and you guys can go ahead and get it. Or if you want to get some other stuff, like I said before, they got the payment plans, and you can go ahead and rack up on as much equipment as you need without no credit check or nothing. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, Peace out.